All right, guys, part 2 of the transition series. Your vision is what's going to drive the entire machine in regards to the transition. Today, we're going to be working from the upper body and working on transitioning between these two targets. So I'm going to start off with having the gun presented on the left-hand target, transitioning to the right-hand target. You'll notice in this kind of in my upper body posture that I am not overbearing and not turtled in. I'm not cranked up. My shoulders aren't super tense. Once again, tension is going to be the leading killer of precision. So I want to make sure my muscles are engaged, my shoulders and my back are engaged, but not so tight to where it's introducing a little bit of bounce and or a little bit of vibration to my movements. I need to make sure that I am relaxed enough to positively control the gun in the fast, quick clipped movements, but not so tight to where I'm like a rubber band and spring back and kind of do this wobble. So visually, that's going to look a little bit something like this. I'm going to have my head, my neck, and my shoulders poised while they are still locked in. They're not crazy engaged as far as the muscles bulging or anything along those lines. All right. As I transition from one target to the next target, you'll see that I move very fluently and I keep my head, my neck, and my shoulders aligned. And I'm driving very, very, very hard with my eyes. All right. One thing you see that's very common is you'll have guys, what they like to do is they like to have the gun up, and you notice they'll move their head separate from their neck and their shoulders. What that's going to do is, yes, they're trying to move their vision to the next target as effectively as they can or as fast as they possibly can, but what that's doing is it's hindering them from being able to fire the shot once the gun is properly aligned on target. If you keep your head, your neck, and your shoulders engaged and locked in, what that's going to allow you to do is as soon as you get to the target, you're going to have everything positively aligned so that you can engage and start accepting recoil as soon as the target lands in an acceptable spot on the target, or as soon as the sight lands in an acceptable spot on the target. Okay? Keeping my head, my neck, and my shoulders locked in also forces me to really utilize the visual element to the transitions, which is the most important part of this whole transition series, which is going to be visual patience. All right. When we transition from one target to the next target, making sure everything stays locked in and engaged, the only portion that's going to be separated from that is going to be my vision. My vision is always going to be able to track faster than any gross movement that I make on said target arrays. So your vision is what's going to drive the entire machine in regards to the transitions. My goal is to pick extremely small spots on the particular targets that I'm engaging. Therefore, I am driving that gun to that very small spot. If I pick a gross, big, large spot on a big brown target, that precision and where I'm holding myself accountable as far as where I need to place the acceptable shots on the target become this huge acceptable area. Whereas if I visually pick a very, very small spot, for instance, on these targets, I have white pasters. Picking that very small spot keeps me super accountable to which I am landing my vision in that small portion of that target and really driving the gun to that small spot and letting the gun recoil and slam right back to the exact same spot. Okay? So with that being said, that's my bit on a little bit of transition work and how I isolate them and work on them in practice. All right, guys, I'll see you on the range.